Excellent. So the streaming has started. Welcome. Welcome to the live chat. Right now, I'm just checking the audio, making sure that everything is okay as usual, and see what comes through. Excellent. On my end. The streaming has started. Welcome. All right, so my audio is good. Let me get Sia in. All right, I think we're good.
Okay, good.
And I just want to see why we got some streaming problems on the. Okay, that's all right. So we'll give it a try. Hello, everybody. My name is Sydney Winston. Today is January the 30th, 2018, and I'm here with Sia.
Hello, I'm back.
Hey, Sia.
We're back.
We're back.
Okay, good.
So yeah, we'll just sort of wait until we've got a couple of people watching, maybe. Why we got some... But I'm still sort of having a check to see if the video works, because we are having some kind of a problem with some streaming problems on the. Okay, that's fine. So
It's a little bit delayed.
yeah, there's a delay, and I'm trying to figure out how. It could be just resources on my end, probably, and I'm trying to just mitigate that or improve that, reduce those, and close what I don't need and whatnot. But I just want to say to everybody who's either watching now or is sort of suffering through this intro, that Sia and I were listening to something very interesting just a little while back.
Yeah.
I guess we should set the scene some way, somehow. And Sia, you want to do that?
Oh, shall I give like the story? What's all about today?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, go for it.
Well, yesterday I was on Goran's stream, and you know, I just want to have a relaxed. Sorry, Sydney, I hear myself. Is that supposed to do it like that?
Yeah. Tell me if you. I'm trying to fix that actually. So,
Okay, because it's distracting.
Okay. How about that? Does that? No, it's not gonna work. Did it just happen all of a sudden, or did it?
It's been on like this just now since you're live.
All right, hold on a second. Oh, how about that?
Oh wow, no, that's a lot of noise.
How about this one?
Yeah, your mic is good.
Yeah,
but I still hear myself.
You can still
in the
hear
background.
yourself. Oh, all right. Tell you
Yeah.
what. Hold on a second. All right. How about now? Is it any better?
Let me hear my. No. Yes. I mean, yes,
Yeah,
it's better.
Okay, I thought so. All right. Yeah.
So yesterday I was on Goran's stream, and you know, it was a while when I was in his live stream, so I was just, you know, chit chatting with him and you know, talk about random stuff, more likely about his sexuality, whatever. I don't even know why we even got on that subject. And then all of a sudden I hear a noise, right? Somebody coming in the call, and I looked, and yes, it was my stalker from Ireland. You know.
Oh,
I already touched up on.
Yeah, just one moment. I was going to say, because I was listening to you on Goran's stream for quite a while. You were talking, you and him were talking about stuff for quite a while, and it was interesting because, you know, it was banter back and forth, and then all of a sudden these kind of ogres from outer space appear. like you talk,
Yeah.
it was kind of surreal, almost bizarre. They absolutely were stalking you, absolutely.
Yeah, because I was indifferent to Hangouts. So when I was gone from that Hangouts, they followed me to Goran's Hangouts and they came into the call knowing that I was there. And not only did they know I was there, they even planned, to come there, all of them,
Yeah.
and to actually gang up on me on the call. And for everybody who missed it, like the live stream is still up for everybody who wants to listen to it. But yeah, and then yeah, the stalker from Ireland that I call Pigo personally, she was, first she was not saying anything because she was waiting for the fat bitch from Alberta to come in with her gigolo boyfriend to start to talk shit because one on one they didn't say shit, right? They waited on each other to talk back to me or talk about me, and it started.
They bullied you. They
That,
absolutely bullied you. If there's no other word
yeah,
for what they did.
absolutely. And yesterday, it was easy for me to start trash talking them. It's very easy for me to do that because they're not likable. They're not people that I respect. So it would have been very easy for me to talk back. But I was like, sometimes you have to let people talk to make people realize what a scumbags they are. And I think that yesterday I really did a good job by not feeding them, and like all of those 10 people that were listening yesterday, all heard for the first time what kind of trash they were, what kind of trash they are. And they, it's a funny thing. It's a funny thing. They always say it's not because you're a Muslim. It's not because you have a hijab. But every single time they have a issue with me, it always comes back to that. It always like, oh, you muzzy cunt, oh, you dirty sand nigger, or you're this or you're that. It's always about that, though.
Yes, that's
I don't understand that. It's crazy. Did you say something? I thought I heard you, but
I said, yeah, no, I was going to say that's the thing that I do not understand because
if it's not about my religion,
yeah, all you're doing is reacting to their provocations, and you have every right to do that. You are not actually inciting their provocation.
No, exactly. And it's funny that Frogo, I have to react on Frogo, the dirty frog from Mexico, who talks about how I was spying in the beginning of all this mess, how I was spying through all the hangouts, and I was so-called, screenshotting everything, and I was attacking Europeans. What a load of crap. What a fucking load of crap. The only reason why I have issues with Frog is because I rejected him. Because he was coming into my DMs and saying, oh, sexy, sensual Sia. And I was like, yo, I'm not interested in you. Stop stalking me. Stop sending those disgusting words to me. Like, I'm not interested in you. You're fucking ugly, right? And he was like, oh, but no, you sensual Sia. You're so sexy. Your eyes are so sensual. He didn't stop. He was basically harassing me. He was harassing me. And that's the reason why I have an issue with Frog, because he can't handle rejection. So to him to say that I was attacking people in the start of this, that's not true. And to even make it more clear, it was because of Zpraz feeding people lies about me. That's how all of a sudden they gang up on me, to talk about that group. If you want to talk about Frogo and Zpraz, that group, that's a whole different issue than the issue I have with the fuck up you're seeing in the thumbnail. Like Sasha Feuchtman, or whatever the fuck his name is, I have a separate issue with him and his fucking fat bitch from Alberta. Do you want to say something before I go in, Sydney?
You go right ahead, because I do have something to say,
okay.
But you go right ahead.
Well, the issue with me, with Sasha is totally different that I have with Frogo, right? The issue with Sasha is, first of all, he came in the calls, friend of mine. Okay, he was, every time I got attacked for being a Muslim, once again for my religion, he was there trying to defend me. This was before Bryn Lee, the fat bitch from Alberta, came into the picture. Okay, but when she came in the picture, all of a sudden I wanted to say hi. to Persian, right? I always send kissy faces to all the people that I was good with. I always say hi to everybody and send an emoji. But somehow that bitch took offense with that when I sent that emoji to her so-called boyfriend. They were not even like seriously dating at that time. It was all just, they were just getting to know each other. You know, for her to already claim a guy like that in the beginning stages of their knowing each other is a red flag to me. Okay, never mind that she's psychotic, but that's already that giveaway that she's a fucking controlling bitch, right? She took offense and she was like, oh, I'm going to tie a noose around your neck if you send a kissy face to her boyfriend, right? Because everybody else was doing the same thing. But, like the Muslim woman sending a kissy face to a lebo, that's not allowed according to her, because obviously she's fucking insecure. And that's how it all snowballed, right? Because Persian was not even... he was not backing her up with that in the beginning, but then she really did a number on him, and then he started to attack me and talk shit about me. And that's how it all snowballed. And then I found out that he was saying about me that I showed my private parts to him on camera, and that was the end of the fucking contact that I had with him. And the contact was briefly, it was very straightforward. There was no flirting between me and Persia. There was no relationship between me and him. I was just being friendly. Like, can't a woman be friendly with a guy before he thinks that I'm interested in him? And for him to say that I'm using his daughter against him, I never made such a troll account. And you can vouch for me, Sydney, right? You can vouch for me that I never, ever would I use children against those people. And they make up lies about me. It's really idiotic at this point. I'm going to give you time to react on that. I don't know.
I have a perspective, of course, because this is what happened from my point of view. I used to have this this hangout going 24/7. Right? And people could come in, people could leave, people could, you know, hop between other hangouts and mine, whatever. And one day, one time, someone pops into the hangout, and I was promoting it as an atheist hangout. And at one time, someone pops into the hangout and asks, "Is this an atheist hangout?" Or pops into the chat room, "Is this an atheist hangout?" And I said, "Yes." And then this person pops into the hangout and asks me, "Is this atheist? Atheist? Oh, I'm looking for atheists. Is this atheist?" I said, "Yes, it's atheist." "Oh, well, good. I'm looking for atheists. I'm looking for atheists." And then person disappears. And that person was Zprez.
Right. That sounds like her.
Right. So what happened, I think, is that Zprez went and linked your group, who I didn't know about, to my chat room, thinking that the atheist chat room would be a safe haven for her bullying, I think, or for the group's bullying of you.
Yeah, they thought, yes.
And but I didn't know the connections and the dynamic. I didn't know all this. I honestly thought that Zprez was just another, someone who just wanted to join an atheist chat room with no agenda, which of course I was totally wrong. And I didn't believe that there was something happening between all of you for a long time, because I was totally gullible. I had no idea. So Zebras joins, and you join, and so some people join, but you hung out. I remember once because I ran at 24 hours, sometimes I would stream stuff while I was away, and I used to stream I don't know, Family Guy or Simpsons or one of them, I forget. And I remember coming to the screen, and I don't know if there was anybody else in there, but either you were alone or you were with one other person, or I forget. And either I said or somebody said, "Oh, you're in the hangout all alone," like, and you said, "Oh, that's okay. I was enjoying watching The Simpsons or Family Guy, or whatever it was," and that's what I knew about you. You know, you're cool. You didn't mind hanging out and watching The Simpsons, or you didn't mind hanging out and watching The Family Guy, and that's what I knew. And that was the image and the impression I had of you, or the first impression I have of you, over the first few, I don't know if it was weeks or days or whatever it was, until Bryn came on the scene. Because essentially, until Bryn came, there was no issue. There was no issue. Essentially, you were a Sunni Muslim, and Sasha was a Sunni Muslim, or was Sunni Muslim friendly. You're Sunni Muslim, and you don't trust the Shia Muslim, and Sasha was Sunni Muslim friendly.
You said sushi.
Sushi Muslim. Was Sunni Muslim friendly, and again also didn't trust the Shia. Okay. And there was one time where we were watching a I think it was an interview by, I can't remember who. It was God's Side was interviewing an imam from Adelaide, a young imam from Adelaide, a Shia imam. And after listening to his interview, I really liked the interview. I really liked the imam. I really liked his point of view, and because he was Shia, not because he was Shia, but because he was Shia, you seemed to sort of kind of, in a tongue-in-cheek kind of a way, say, he's Shia, whatever he says is bullshit, right? So that was the kind of banter that we enjoyed. You know, there was no animosity. There was no real. Nobody cared that the guy in Adelaide, you know, I agreed with him more than you. Who gives a shit? It was you know, we dropped it after that. We went on to something else. And during that time, of course, we had to endure. Because my hangouts were open 24 hours, Sasha would be in there a lot, because he was, you know, living in motels, running away from women,
and the police,
and setting up his office in the motel. For his clients to come and visit, or for him to go to his clients from, or to just find some gullible woman and just head out.
Some stupid hooker from the streets, Some stupid hooker from the streets,
But what he would do in these 24-hour hangouts is he would always be on the hunt. Sometimes it was video and audio, so we could sort of follow along, even though we didn't request it. He would just sort of broadcast, like it's all about him, right? Every hangout he goes into, it's all about him. So he goes in the hangouts, and he puts on the audio and the video, and he's chatting up women, and he's sharing pictures, and he's talking, and we're listening, and this goes on for like days while he's in this motel room, with an internet connection, a phone, perhaps a laptop, and that's pretty much it. That's his connection. That's his connection to life, and his daily run to the store to get cigarettes and McDonald's. I think that was the staple of every day, the routine of cigarettes and McDonald's cigarettes at the store, McDonald's at the drive-through.
Mm-hmm.
And so so he's spending all his time chasing women on the internet. Like I say, sometimes video, sometimes and audio, sometimes just audio, sometimes just video, sometimes mute. But when he unmutes, he's still droning on about the women. And then he goes on a date, and he comes back. You know, he disappears for a couple of hours or half a day. Then he comes back, and then all we hear about is the date that either went wrong or could have gone better, or the details about how he was outside the park and fucked her from behind and against a tree.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh, and then the clients come in and make him so uncomfortable. I remember remember the one that came in. He was so uncomfortable with his client because he got duped by her. He got fucked over by her. Basically, when you have a client and you have you're a male gigolo, you advertise your sexual athletic prowess on Craigslist or somewhere, and you get a client. So I guess what's supposed to happen, she comes in, she pays you your money, she asks what she wants, or you offer what you have or whatever, and you get on with it, and then, she leaves, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this particular client made him so uncomfortable because she herself had some kind of a channel going. So when she came in, I think she went on her own laptop or somebody's laptop on the sex channel and was broadcasting, and he was uncomfortable, so he started broadcasting her to us in the hangout, her sort of doing her thing in front of her camera, and he was so uncomfortable with it that he let out this laugh or this bellow that I know from experience is how you react when you're extremely uncomfortable, because there's laughing when you really think something's funny, and there's laughing or what sounds like a laugh when you're in a bit of distress and in a very uncomfortable situation. Anyway, that's what happened. That's what he showed us, his side of it there. So he got fucked over by this. He just chose the wrong one to broadcast, I think. But anyway, unless that was the only client he ever had. Remember the one he said she worked for the police department?
Yeah, that was before he even introduced the bitch from Alberta to us.
Oh, right.
But I want, yeah. So he was like madly in love with her and in the future, blah blah blah. And then
remember the Christian one? Remember the Christian girlfriend? You don't remember the Christian girlfriend? Let me update you. So he goes on this date to this. He finds a girl on the internet, on the Zeus, I guess, and he makes a date with her. And I think the date was just to go to her place. I'm not sure, but they landed up on a couch or in bed or whatever. And all they did was cuddle. Can you believe it? Cuddle. They just cuddled all night. Oh, thank you. Anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, the thing is with
so
this.
Let me just finish the story here with this. It turns out they didn't have sex because she's Christian and she's doesn't do it like the first date. So he's in this is the situation, okay? Sasha's on a date and he doesn't conquer. He doesn't get to fuck this woman and dispose of her. So what does he do instead of walk away? What he does is he gets on the phone and he sweet talks her for hours, and this is like live, not live streaming, but it's on the hangout. And he's talking to her, and I learned a lot about how he smooth talks and sweet talks women, by what he was saying to her. I'm not going to give away those secrets because I might have to use them myself. But he didn't give up on her until somebody else came along. And then, you know, somebody who was sort of an easier sort of a target, because he wasn't getting anywhere with a Christian chick, although he was promising her the world and going around broadcasting the fact that he's got a Christian girlfriend. I'm a Christian girlfriend. You know what he even did? He went to the store, or he went through the drive-through at McDonald's or one of them, and he actually told the clerk that he had a Christian girlfriend.
That's so desperate.
It's so stupid. But anyway, but that was Sasha, you know, and then he was going from one woman to the next. He's a slut, and he's a self-admitted slut, and you know, that was Sasha. Then this avatar arrives. I've left out the whole part about the Zebras and that whole crew, but that's a whole separate issue right now. I'm just talking about the Bryn thing, okay? So one day this new avatar arrives in the chat room and in the hangout, and it's an avatar of the Edmonton Oilers, and that avatar is owned by somebody on Google Plus from Alberta. And she comes to the hangout, and she seems very nice and very friendly and very, you know, well spoken and gentle. And I didn't know where she came from at all, not a clue, but she's there. And I didn't see a connection between this person, Bryn, from Alberta, and Sia at all. They just happened to be two, you know, totally separate, unconnected people in the hangout. And as I said, Sia was fun. Like to watch cartoons, animations, because I like to watch, you know, that type of stuff. And I'm happy to sit and just watch Family Guy with nobody else in the hangout if I feel like it. And she was cool with that. So, you know, I thought she was cool. I still think she's cool.
Thanks.
And you're welcome. And like I say, Bryn's in the hangout, and she's being very polite. And I noticed that our slutty Sasha isn't so slutty Sasha anymore for some reason or other. He's kind of quieting down. But, you know, again, there was a lot going on. I didn't think anything of it. There was new people. Bryn was new.
Well, I want to give like a very, very, very short introduction that I had with Bryn. Well, I don't want to call her by that name. I want to call her the fat bitch from Alberta, if you don't mind.
Sure.
I met the fat bitch from Alberta very quickly in a chat. So I thought it was Flip, the midget, the ugly ass midget. That's how I call him, and not Flip anymore. So the ugly ass midget was saying something to me, very provocative about me being a Muslim. And then the first thing that she said was, "Oh, a muzzy cunt." She never spoke to me. She didn't know who I was. We were never in a call. This was before she had anything to do with Persian. She said to me, "Oh, a muzzy cunt." So I would just want for people to understand, bitch was talking to me before anything went down. Okay? So I hope that's clear. We didn't even exchange a hi.
That's fine. Actually, it's a good thing it's a good thing you gave that introduction, because now I'm going to give the introduction I have to Bryn, who, by the way, in the few days and I can't tell whether it was more than a week or two, that she would come into the hangouts. We didn't exchange or acknowledge. She didn't acknowledge me in one way or another, and I don't believe I acknowledged her, or I don't remember acknowledging her in one way or the other. We had absolutely no contact whatsoever. So all I knew about Bryn was her sweet, her sweet ways, when she was engaging with other people in the hangouts, or in the hangout that we were in the chat room. And then, in a separate chat that I was in with Sia shows me a message that what did you call it? The fat cunt from Alberta?
Yeah, the fat cunt from Alberta.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sia shows me a message that the fat cunt from Alberta has sent her.
Yeah.
And again, it refers to just a friendly hi, Sasha. How you doing, buddy? Like we all sent.
It was just one kissy emoji.
Right. It was a stupid thing. You're right, but
okay.
the reaction that Bryn had to that benign little message from Sia to Sasha was explosive, absolutely explosive, and how can I put it nicely? Very unfriendly. As a reaction, it was.
Yeah, she threatened to kill me.
Yeah, as a reaction, it was absolutely out of control. It was.
She's a psychotic bitch.
It was It was really, really, really ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And I had no idea of the side of the fat cunt from Alberta. No idea.
Mm-hmm.
So I messaged Sasha. I said, "What the fuck? What the fuck? Why would this woman react in such a way to such a benign little hi?" And his reaction, Sasha's reaction to me, his answer to me, because he had obviously by this time been pussified, pussy whipped, or in some way sexually mollified. But his reaction was, and I'm going to have to paraphrase because I don't remember exactly. It was something like, "Listen, Bryn, the fat cunt from Alberta doesn't like it when women get close to me. Hey, bro, you know what I mean?" and that was a kind of one of the final pieces in the jigsaw puzzle that is Sasha, because there were things that didn't click with what he claimed and what he said and whatnot. But I was always giving him the benefit of the doubt. Always, because he's, I thought he was a pretty smart guy. I've since learned otherwise, but he's a con man, and he came across as con men do very convincingly, especially when you're not, when you're not suspecting. And then I noticed after that, after he'd defended so weakly, his very weak defense of that vicious attack on you by the fat cunt from Alberta, he starts calling me a cuck. And everybody starts calling me a cuck. And cuck was like the big buzzword of every single post in the chat room of the hangout, in the back chat. Cuck, and it was all directed at me. Remember, cuck for like days.
Yeah.
Cuck. And here we see Mr. Sasha, King Cuck. From the beginning, right. King Cuck.
So yeah, I wanted to say about the situation before the fat bit into the picture. Me and Sasha were just being friendly on your call, and he always would, defend me even against all the attacks that I get because I was a Muslim.
Yes.
So when she came in the picture, I didn't find it uh, I'm sorry, I'm hearing myself. So what I want to say is that after she came in, it all changed. All of a sudden, he was against Muslims, against everything that I said, against everything. You know, it's okay if you don't agree with me, but to change because of a bitch you hardly even know, and then to change your whole perspective on things is crazy to me. So, and I even said to the fat bitch from Alberta, I was like, why does he need to choose between me and you? Right? Why does he need to choose? And do you know what she says to me right now? Oh, you said, why did he choose? Well, he chose me and you lost. That bitch had a competition. Yeah, that's what she said. That bitch had a competition in her head. In her head between who's gonna get Persian. Well, I was never in the race. You know, I was never in the fucking race to get Persian.
Unbelievable.
Right? And she was like, yeah, he chose me. How does it feel that you lost? I was like, I never was competing for him. What the fuck are you saying?
Exactly.
You know, but in her mind, sending a kissy face to a guy apparently is you are interested in them sexually. But here's the thing. She's been flirting with a fucking midget all the fucking time.
Now,
they have.
So she's been playing. Okay, so we got Sasha's the con man. He's a proven con man, and you're saying that Bryn, I mean the fat cunt from Alberta, is a con man as well, con woman.
She's a two-timer, absolutely. She's a fucking two-timer. Listen, I sent a kissy face to one guy for friendly purposes, and she's calling guys hot and sexy, and she wants to kiss their dick and whatever, and that's allowed. That's okay for her. That's the hypocrisy, what I see. But I know why that fucking bitch is insecure. She's fucking insecure about how she looks, because she sees my selfies. And shit.
Whoa. Whoa, that sends off the edge, man, I tell you.
That bitch went running. That bitch went running for the fucking keyboard when she saw my selfies and how she was like manipulating that dude to be against me.
Yeah.
You know, and for her to even claim that I was after her man, that she thinks she's, I never had issues with Persian before she came in the picture.
You guys were buddies. What are you talking about? Issues?
I mean, we weren't even like buddies. We were like, every time we came in the call, it was just like, oh, we're hanging out, we're chill, okay, bye. You know, it wasn't like, oh, we're buddies, we're telling each other everything about a personal life.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong when I say that Sasha would actually defend you, the Muslim, whenever you attack for Muslim, he would actually come to your defense?
Every time he came into my defense, every time, until the bitch, came in the picture.
Exactly.
And for her to call me a Muslim while we never exchange a hi, it's fucking hilarious. And then you know what she did? After all of the shit went down, we exposed her with her saying she wants to hang me with my own hijab.
Yeah.
She went to the people and said, oh, but I said to Sia very friendly to stay away from Persian.
Yeah, right.
I never ever attacked her like the manipulative cunt that she is. And you know what it is? The people that she goes to already hate me for being a Muslim as well. And, for yesterday, they were in the call and they were saying, oh, but we don't hate you because you're a Muslim. But I don't want a Muslim like you living in Europe.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah,
some fucking fat truck driver, no brains in America, and, they keep saying it's not because you're Muslim. It's not because you're Muslim. But every single time they talk about my hijab, they talk about how I'm supposedly an inbred, a child of inbreeding because my parents are cousins, because that's allowed in Sharia law. Or, I'm going to be stoned to death. I'm going to bomb the shit out of people. Like, if it's not because I'm Muslim, why use those insults? Exactly. Why every time you insult me, it's going the direction of Islam? That isn't common sense to me, right? And for some fat fucking truck driver, and I call him a fat fucking truck driver, no brains, who most definitely cheats on his wife, because if you have a so-called Christian marriage where you say, I will be loyal to you till death do us part, and you're on the fucking calls calling women your baby mom and how you want to fuck them, that to me is considered cheating. Because I don't want my man to go on calls and talk to women like that, how you want to fuck them and how you want them to carry your fucking baby. Right. You know, that to me is cheating. You have different levels of cheating. And for a man who has a child and who is in marriage to come on hangouts to flirt with other women, I'm pretty sure, I'm actually 100% sure that his wife will call that cheating. Okay, people may disagree with this. People may consider cheating as having physical contact with each other, but no, there's different levels of fucking cheating, right? And the only reason why I say this is because yesterday he came in the call and he was like, oh yeah, he was like giving like passive aggressive jabs at me, like, oh yeah, I'm here running my bicycle through all the ladies, like, you know, this is how he was talking yesterday. And you know, I see it like, I call it like I see it, man. You are on here flirting with women and, you know, talking about how you want to fuck them and how you want to give them your babies, your so-called superior sperm or whatever the fuck you're calling it. That to me is cheating. You're married. So whatever about that. But, and then he says, okay, well, my point is, what I actually want to say about him is that he said that he has an issue of me living in Europe. This motherfucker lives in Texas in America, who has nothing to do with me or my life or my money or whatever the fuck he's going on about. He says he has an issue with me being in Europe. I was fucking born in Holland and he has a fucking issue with me being here. Tell me if it's not because I'm a Muslim then and there. Right, okay? Right. So every time these motherfuckers open their fucking mouth, they are hypocrites. They are proving my fucking point, okay? Yeah. They're proving my point every single time. And for him to have issues with me living in Europe, well, guess what? You're European as well. I have an issue with you living in America because you're not a Native American, are you? You were a fucking immigrant yourself, right? And these people want to talk about how my parents stopped working in the 70s. Like that fucking Sasha is talking about, well, Persian or whatever, the gigolo. Let me call him gigolo. This is where the
lies come in. This is where the absolute lies. Lies.
Okay?
This guy's
I want to clarify that. Yeah. I want to clarify that. Yeah. My parents came into Holland in the 70s as immigrants because the economy of Holland was fucked up because of the war. Okay, it was just 20 years after the fucking war, and their economy was fucked up. So they needed cheap workers to come and help them out of the fucking misery, out of the fucking hunger that they were suffering here. So that's why they had put out all those working visas out to in North Africa to those people to come and work. And my father was lucky in that time to get here in the 70s, and he was like 20 years old when he came here and worked. My father worked his whole fucking damn life, and he's not 80. I'm not going to disclose his fucking real age because that's none of anybody's business, but he's far from being 80, okay? But he was 20 years old when he came here. He left his fucking family. He left his fucking wife, my mother, in Morocco. He didn't have fucking food, clothes, nothing. He came to Holland to provide his skills and talent in Holland to help the fucking Dutch people. And for these motherfuckers to come in here and say, oh, well, you're leeching of the fucking government and your father is a fucking bum. He never worked a day in his life and blah, blah, blah. You know, they don't know what fucking hard work is. Okay, everybody who comes from an immigrant father, who doesn't come from an immigrant father, they have no fucking idea how it is for an immigrant to come to a fucking country they know behind. They don't even speak the fucking language to work for another country, okay? And actually the plan of the Dutch government was, as soon as the work was done, they're gonna go back to the countries. That was the whole fucking plan. But hey, listen up. My father was the fucking boss in here. He made a fucking name for himself in Dutch so he could stay. Okay, he wasn't leeching of the fucking government. He was so good in working in the fucking in the fucking factories, on the farms. He did whatever the fuck he could to provide for his family. And that's when I was fucking born in the 90s. And this motherfucker, some fat American of Texas, has an issue with me being here. You know, this is the whole history of my fucking family. And he's talking about he has an issue with me being here. You know, that's fucking funny. And then some scumbag from Australia is lying about my father that in the 70s he stopped fucking working. No, he actually started. No, you know what? He started to work when he was a child in Morocco. And when he was 20, he got the opportunity to work for the Dutch government, okay? I just wanted to clarify that because thank you. It's insane that these people go through so much lengths because they hate me for being who I am and for being a strong-minded person, that they want to attack everything that's dear to me to try to break me. But I don't give a fuck, actually, because it's funny. And, you know, yesterday I really saw that they had issues with me talking back. Okay, they were saying that I'm a cunt. And you know why they say I'm a cunt? Because I'm talking back. And they say that I'm not a Muslim, that I'm a fake Muslim. You know why? Because they expect Muslims to just shut up, especially Muslim women. They don't want Muslim women to talk back. I think they never met a Muslim woman like me, don't you think? I don't think they ever in their life came across a Muslim woman like me who give it to them good when they are talking shit. Okay? Never. And the only reason why I am who I am in this day is not because I'm mentally ill. They're saying that I'm mentally ill, that I'm fighting everybody. But you never thought of why? Why am I acting like this? You think it's out of the blue? Why am I acting like this to you? They say, oh, well, there's 100 of people in a I have issues with all of them because all of those motherfuckers are bigots, okay? I don't want to be friends with bigots and kind. Who the fuck wants to be friends with people that talk trash about Muslims? Not me. I don't know who wants to be friends with trailer park trash. You know? And it's not hundreds of people. It's only 10 people out of the 150 that are actually active. Most of them are fucking sock accounts of those losers, okay? And then they say, oh, yeah, you're not friends with us. I'm sorry, but I don't want to be friends with bigots. I don't want to be friends with fucking trash, evil people, okay, who are jealous of me, who don't understand my culture, who don't understand my lifestyle, who don't understand where I'm coming from. And, you know, to come on fucking panel and to say shit like, oh, she's mentally ill and she doesn't get along with people, and I try to be friendly with her. Being friendly with me and then talking shit about me the other day and how you want to kill my kind, okay? You want to kill my kind and talk trash about my kind and then talk about snipers in Syria like there's a fucking link between me and ISIS. What the fuck are you rambling? Like, seriously, they see me as a different person than a Dutch person. A born Dutch person are the fucking same in rights, okay? So if I get, for example, benefit because I have the right to, and a Dutch person gets benefit because they have the right to, we're the fucking same. Just because I have a different religion doesn't mean that I don't have the same rights, you motherfuckers. Can't you not fucking comprehend that shit? Is that fucking difficult for these animals, for these fucking beasts, to understand that a Muslim woman who was born in fucking Holland has the same rights as the fucking Dutch people? I don't think they do. I think that we need to make a fucking course on immigration, course on being born in the particular country, what kind of rights they have, maybe. I don't know.
You know what? I don't think they have the attention span. I don't think they have the intelligence. And I don't think that we have the time to waste on them.
Exactly, because it's a lost cause. Those people want to keep on hating Muslims and want to keep on hating me. And wow, Muslims are victims. But they're the ones that are victimizing us because it goes by without them attacking anything of my fucking religion. And I don't even speak about it. I never mention this or that about religion. Only thing I do is post my selfies.
Oh yeah, this drives me nuts.
I'm a fucking 28-year woman that wants to fucking flaunt herself, and he's like, oh yeah, did you hear what Persian was saying? A woman who flaunts it is unattractive.
Yeah, he's
These
so jealous. So jealous.
You know, flaunt it what your mama gave you, girls. Flaunt it. If you have it, fucking flaunt it. You'll not be young for the rest of your fucking life. Yeah. If you have the fucking beautiful face, if you have the fucking beautiful body, show it to the fucking world. And that comes from a Muslim woman, okay? Show it to the world what you've got, because one day you'll be old and you're gonna die, and it's a shame. It's a shame if your beauty was never shown to the people. And to have these fucking junkies say, oh, women who flaunt it are unattractive. Fuck those kind of men that are trying to suppress your sexuality or trying to suppress your beauty because they can't fucking handle it. Have you seen the fucking beasties fucking from Alberta? Have you seen her?
Oh,
the fucking fat bloated bitch next to me.
Unfortunately.
Next to me. And and maybe I can sound conceited. I don't give a fuck. Okay, I don't give a fuck anymore. They keep saying that I'm fat, that I'm ugly, that I have fat fingers, I have fat toes, I have fat nose, I have fat you know, they keep on saying, I have acne, my hair is a wig, I'm getting bald, you know, they're trash.
It's actually quite funny what the depths that they go to try and stroke their own egos.
They're trying to break my self-esteem, but they don't know that it's actually boosting my fucking ego. It's like, yes, babe, show them what you...
That's right.
That's how I think about it. You know, the more people actually go against me, the more I'm a rebel in nature. Like, the more people that try to put me down or try to put anything of me down, the more I'll fucking rise up and say, no, I know, I'm sure about myself. I know what I want. I know how I fucking look like. And these people almost got an aneurysm because of my fucking selfies. It's constantly on their minds. It's like never ending. Every time they log on Hangouts, it's always my selfies, or it's always, there's the fat bitch, the fat cunt, the this, the that. There hasn't been a day gone by without them talking about my weight. There hasn't been a day go by without them saying that I have a fucking big forehead or whatever. Yeah. And the more they say it, the more I flaunt it. That's the way of life for me, you know?
Right.
And for him to say women who, flaunt it are unattractive, you motherfucker. You don't know what attractive women is. I have seen sheet you've got, motherfucker. And those bitches are ugly as shit. All those bitches are ugly as shit. And like, I think the current that he has, the current one, is the most ugliest of them all. Like the albino looking bitch that he had, the Russian bitch who was like having a cam show on his bed and he was filming it. I think that she was more attractive than this bitch from Alberta. Not gonna lie. Okay, she was.
Look, it's not saying much, but yeah, she was.
I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just gonna be honest. So yeah, and she yesterday came on the Hangouts, and it was very disappointing. I was waiting for a full-blown nuclear war on fucking Hangouts, and all I got was, you fucking bitch, you fucking It was fucking witches who had a stick far up in their asses. That's how they were sounding. It was like, it sounded like they had stuck in their assholes.
Yeah.
That's how I get say. You know, when I am in this mood of I'm gonna trash them, I am fucking in my insults, right? I'm savage, and all they did was like we're in high school. Like, what the fuck was that all about? And she was like, and the fat bitch from Alberta was like, like, what the fuck? Like, she was almost vomiting. She was almost vomiting on the fucking microphone. She didn't make sense. The piggo from Ireland didn't make sense. The fat bitch from Alberta didn't make sense. The fucking midget who admitted it, that he pissed in a fucking Gatorade bottle to give to Muslim children in Iraq. Like, what the fuck do you have to say about that? You know, and he thinks that he says those things that it's bothering me, but the thing that what's actually happening when somebody admits that is they make themselves look bad, right? They absolutely make themselves look bad. The fact that he admitted to give piss to children to drink
And
says
and
laugh about it and think it was so funny. And then they say, "Oh Sia, why are you using our children against us? Oh Sia, why are you doing this? Or why are you, you know?"
Yeah.
And they not only this motherfucker didn't only give piss to children to drink. There are like the piggo from Ireland was laughing about the drowned Syrian boy. Okay, they made a meme out of his little dead body and laughed about it. And they are butthurt if I talk about their kids.
Right.
The hypocrisy is never ending. The hypocrisy is always fucking there. It's
absolutely.
And to have the Yesenia bitch, I know she's listening. Here's your 5 minutes of fame, bitch. Here I'm talking about you because I know you're fucking listening. Here it goes. You're a fucking weak bitch. Yesterday, she came on the fucking account of her husband saying that I blocked her, which was a fucking liar. I haven't blocked her yesterday in the fucking chat where she can just join in the fucking call. But hey, she needed support from her ugly ass husband who, have you seen his new picture with a gun?
No, I
and
haven't.
He shaved his goatee.
No,
Oh
I
my
haven't.
god, like you, and he has like a how do you say that? Like what you have on your head? How do you say that?
A crown.
A hat. It's not a hat, a crown. It's not a hat, but and he was
a toque or a balaclava or a head covering.
I mean, some sort of head covering and trying to be a gangster. And it was like, oh, you send the people that you want to kill us. Oh, you send them. I'm going to do this. I never said that I would send people to kill them. I said, pay for my ticket so I can come there and beat the shit out of his wife.
You know the thing about this Yersinia pestis, disgusting, filthy thing?
She's a pest.
She's filthy. Ugh. Wouldn't go near
Here's your 5 minutes of fame because I know you're listening, bitch.
Now the thing about
I'm
Yersinia,
repeating it.
The thing about Yersinia is she's so filthy that you don't want to be too close to her and breathe the air that she's breathing.
Yes.
Because you will get bubonic plague, I can tell you. Anyway.
Oh God.
I just want to. Talking about pests and diseases and contagion.
Do you know that she's like saying to Yahweh, the black cock she's actually serving Yahweh, the black cocker that she's worshiping?
She's
do you know what she says?
No.
She's like, she uses olive oil or whatever to cast like the curse that we made on her. And she uses olive oil to cast away the fucking spells we made on her family and her and whatever the fuck ritual she's doing. And she was like, oh, Yahweh will deal with them. Yah is against her or whatever. I have screenshots of that.
Beautiful. Oh, so, you know what? She's even in the chat now that we're in, that they won't leave. The one that they stalk you in. They don't. We have reams and reams of evidence because no one can really. I don't think anyone can really delete the chat. So all you do is go up and screenshot away if you want. But I mean, who really cares about these people? This is fun. It's a way of, for me anyway, it's a little bit cathartic because you get these lies being told to you or about you by con artists like Sasha, by con artists like Yesenia, like con artists like Rosie. And then you got the dumbass morons who really, whatever they say is a dumbass moron thing, and you kind of ignore them.
And they're just parroting everything they hear and say, they're planning attacks, they're planning to. Yeah, it's funny, it's hilarious that, and you know what? I'm just being me, and apparently that's, everything that I say about, I wish them harm and whatever is actually coming from a place of where attacking me for fucking weeks, months. Like anybody who would be in my situation would say the same fucking things. Like, I don't wish any good on these people. And I told you even one day, like, I have empathy issues and blah, blah, blah. But you know, I got over that real quick when I saw that they were like, keep saying lies about me and keep saying trash.
Yeah, that's the
And
thing
with the bits of,
they lie and lie and lie, and they say, you know, this is the truth. I'm not lying. Believe it, even though it's a lie. And they
yeah,
know
and
it's a lie.
the competition is constant. They're always competing with me, and I think they're afraid that they are not going to be, you know, they're much older than me. So I think that they look in the mirror and say, oh, I'm this ugly bitch with wrinkles and whatever. And then I see Sia, oh my God, you know, let's compete with her. Let's put her down to make ourselves feel better. That's her, especially Yesenia and the Pigo, that's their, you know, motive to come after me, is because they see themselves as worthless bitches. And then they see me, a Muslim who's confident in herself. And then all of a sudden it's, you know, full blown war in the chats. But, I think I touched on a lot of issues that but there's a lot to speak about those assholes. And the reason why I didn't say much yesterday is because there were people listening and watching that should know what kind of people that I'm dealing with. It's one thing if I say it, because not everyone is going to believe me, of course, with what I'm saying, but to actually hear them speak like that to me, like how they always speak, is actually proving my point. And that's what I wanted to do yesterday. It's not because I am like pussy out or whatever. Like, I'm easy to fucking trash people. Like, I'm easy like that. But I needed people to hear what they're made of. And I think I did a really, really good job with controlling myself and let those idiots speak.
I know. You see, all they did was come in and scream and scream and scream at you and sort of have a little bit of self-gratification, you know, instant gratification, screaming you. They feel better, and they think that, you are wrecked because they feel better. They are ignoramus deluxe. That's what they are.
Yeah, they made it. They think they made an impact, but it was nothing. It is nothing. You know what? When I actually log off on Hangouts, I don't even think about them. It's like I come on Hangouts, I chat, I say whatever the fuck I want, and then when I close it, it's gone. Like, I don't even think about it. It's that easy for me. I don't lose sleep because of them. I don't give a fuck. These people are not in my life. They don't have influence in my life whatsoever. So I don't know what they're trying to do every day to come after me. It's not working. So I think they really thought that I would leave all of a sudden. Like yesterday, what Persian says, if I was her, I would leave. Yeah, that's because you're a pussy ass bitch and a weak bitch. I'm not a weak bitch, right?
If I was her, I would leave. That's what he said.
Yeah, like if I was her, I wouldn't be in those fucking hangouts. That's what he would say.
You know what the problem he has? Is that he can't control you. And he hates that. He fucking hates that.
A lot of men have that issue, controlling issue. Yeah. Do you know Danders? The boyfriend of the Irish Pigo? Who is a sexist, who's a wannabe Nazi. He tries to control you like no tomorrow. Like he also like thought policing you. You know, when people are actually trying to say what you think before you even said anything, like that's how he is. You know, and there's a lot of controlling issues with them. But I think it's hard for them to realize that a Muslim woman is doing it. Because I'm going to be honest with you, if I was not a Muslim, if I was an atheist or even a Christian, I'm going to be 100% honest with you, I wouldn't have this backlash.
No way.
I wouldn't have it. It is because I'm a Muslim woman 100%. That they hate me so much that every day they come after me. And that's not me being a victim. That's me saying the fucking fact.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
If I was a Christian or an atheist, they wouldn't give a shit. Hell, they wouldn't even mind if I said whatever I said.
Yep. Yeah.
But it is because I'm a Muslim and I wear hijab and whatever the fuck I do in my life. That's the reason why they hate me, because Muslims are not allowed to speak up. Muslims are not allowed to speak. And
Well,
guess
I
what?
have something to say about Christianity, and it'll take much more time than just a few sentences in this broadcast. But keep in mind that Christianity is on the list.
Yeah. And did you know that Goran was a Christian?
Yes, I heard so yesterday in his hangout. It was actually I learned a lot when you and him were just having a chat.
Mm-hmm.
It was very civil.
It,
But I
it was
also
very
learned,
interesting conversation.
but I learned for sure. It was proven to me yesterday that the retards, they actually stalk you. They actually do stalk you. You've claimed
Absolutely.
it. Yeah, you've claimed it for a while, and it was proved. There's now empirical evidence of it.
Mm-hmm.
So all their claims and all their back slapping of each other every time. It's the funniest thing. Let me just say this: every time somebody posts something in the chat room, no matter how weak or how insipid or how benign or how stupid it is, everybody else in the retard crowd, they all clap and lols and laugh my asses off, and they really send all sorts of hilariously joking emojis. You showed her, you showed him. Yeah. Meantime, what they've posted is just a piece of garbage.
Yeah, the memes are
they're
stupid.
they're like codependent.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't say codependent per se, but when they talk about narcissism, they have no fucking clue what narcissism is.
This fucking Sasha, excuse me, but this Sasha is not only is he King Con Man, but he's
yeah.
he's King Con Man and Prince Narcissist.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah, and Louise and the Froggy Frog saying, "Oh, what he said, oh, I was screenshotting and therefore I'm a narcissist."
Mm-hmm.
What a load of fucking shit is that? So everybody who fucking screenshots is a narcissist.
Have you ever seen Froggy's selfies that he posts?
Oh gosh, I even saw his tiny dick.
He actually posts them, and he's proud of them. That's how fucking myopic he is.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, I searched up narcissism and I came out and I thought that Sia, like this is the fucking punty voice of this, saying that I'm a narcissist, pretending that he knows what that even means.
And
like,
this is Froggy, who every day says, I drank too much last night. I have a hangover.
Oh, God, what a fucking loser. I mean, what a fucking loser is that? I wouldn't say dumb shit about these people if they were like civil and if they were nice, but there is no fucking way. No fucking way. These people are good people. No fucking way.
No, they're a bunch of fucking Hey, Tread, how you doing? He's in the outside chat there.
Oh, hi, Tread.
Tread is you remember Goran was talking yesterday about people who he used to hang out with, and
yeah, I asked him where Tread was in Lyserge. Yeah.
Well, Tread, Lyserge are the two. Tread, Lyserge, and Goran were in effect was Soulstream at one time, and now it's just Goran.
Mm-hmm.
If Soulstream is running at all, which it hardly ever does.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened. I really don't have a clue, because I sort of ran away or left that crowd for two reasons, really. Number one, Lyserge was a moderator there, and he's very overbearing, he's a very arrogant and uneducated. He comes across, and people think that he's educated and stuff, but he's...
What are you talking about again? Sorry.
Lyserge. I don't know if you know Lyserge.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know him.
Yeah.
He's such a whiny dog.
Yeah, so I never...
Sorry, Lyserge, if you ever hear this, but no, you're such a whiny dog. Yeah. He kicked me at some point of the live stream because I questioned his credibility.
There you go. That's the kind of insecurity that this guy harbors. within himself.
It was like, oh, there was a Muslim woman on the internet and she was saying that the imams are allowed to rape babies. And I was like, oh, really? Can you show me the Quran and the Hadith where that says imams are allowed to rape babies? And it was like, no, but this woman said it was in the Quran. I was like, no, but I want you to show me what chapter and what Hadith it says that we are allowed, Muslims, imams, to rape babies. And when I pursued him on that, he couldn't answer me. He was like, yeah, but the woman, no, I don't give a fuck about that woman. Apparently she was an ex-Muslim, so her credibility is off the fucking wall. I want to talk with somebody who knows what she's talking about without having any biasness, okay?
Listen, Sia.
I want to see...
Sia,
yeah?
The fact of the matter is that when any of these idiotic, moronic, dumbass idiots see you or read a post or listen to you or hear your voice, all they see, all they hear is Osama bin Laden. That's it. That's what they see. That's what they hear. Okay. So
I might as well be his daughter. Yeah, who knows?
You might have, exactly. And this is the kind of mentality that you're dealing with. So you might as well treat it like a comedy show, like a circus, because that's kind of what it is. It's a circus full of clowns and they're
it's frankly disgusting. And then they scratch their heads thinking, oh, why is Sia attacking us all day, huh? Like, how many times, it isn't normal.
How many times, Sia, have they accused or called me out that it's just a matter of time, 3 weeks, in fact, before Sia's going to betray me, or I'm going to betray her, or something's going to happen where we're going to fracture our relationship? How many times?
Yeah, they called it in the beginning that I was there. They called it a lot.
They called it yesterday in Goran's hangout.
Yeah, that I'm using you, that you're going to kick me out of your hangouts, that we're going to have full-blown war.
I'm using you because I'm lonely, remember? I'm using you.
It's funny how they come with those lies, and everything that I do. Nita. Nita is another Muslim woman
that actually,
defend me actually.
Yeah.
Against them, because she was also outraged how they're attacking me.
I thought it was just another soccer account of yours initially.
That's the thing. That's what they're claiming, and I was like, Sydney, why are you thinking that? That's not fucking true.
Because of the similarity in some similarity somewhere, but that's probably biased because
I'm laughing.
Yeah.
She does talk like me sometimes, like with bitch ass and but I think it's very flattering that another person takes some of my words, actually.
But yeah,
I know how I talk, like I know how I can get, and it's funny that she sometimes get it like that as well. But to think that I'm her, but sometimes we talk at the same time, so I don't know how I'm able to do that, like talk at the same time. I don't know.
Well, you see, you can type with your right hand on the one computer, and then on the left hand you can type on your tablet. And type the same,
good luck with that.
Totally different stories. Yeah, right.
I'm probably the only woman that can't multitask. Yeah, I know. I have a very difficult time with multitasking, because when I do something, I want to be focused on that thing. I don't want to be focused on 3-4 things.
I have a difficult time unitasking.
What is unitasking?
Focusing on one thing.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. That's funny.
Yes.
Yeah, they say women can multitask and whatever, but I don't think that's true for all women, though. I like to focus on one thing, and then when that's finished, to go to another.
If a woman, I've seen women with multiple young children.
Mm-hmm.
At the same
I hope
time,
it's not Yesenia, because she's an unfit parent.
I don't think Yesenia counts as a person. I'm talking about humans. I've seen human women with multiple children who have to, of course, juggle them all at the same time.
Oh.
And that's multitasking.
Yeah, I mean, I could do that. I mean, sometimes I do have like nieces over and nephews, so yeah. I mean, I can see why. But
there's a lot.
It's difficult.
You know what I find funny is a lot of the projection that goes along in chats.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I'm reading the side chat right now, and there's a guy named there's a person named Joy Division Zero who's projecting.
Before you continue, is he actually a person?
I don't know.
Okay.
Honestly, don't know. But this bot person, he writes, Sid is infatuated with Sia in a sexual kind of way. Okay, well, I just was wondering how many different kinds of way is there to be infatuated with Sia? Now, obviously, there's a sexual kind of way, but how many others are there? I always thought that infatuation is a sexual thing.
You know that guy says he's married? You know when we had him on a fucking call and I called him out saying that you are married, why the fuck are you trying to flirt with me in front of all these people? And it was like, oh, are you in love with Sydney? Such a dumbass motherfucker. Like, I don't even know where he comes from. He says he was from what country? Poland or something, that he was in the army and that he killed somebody.
He's Serbian. He's from Serbia.
Yeah, that he was somebody in the Serbian army, and I always thought that dumbass was a fool. Like, seriously, who comes on a fucking call who's married? Again, another married man talking to a woman like that. He was in he had a period of time where he was after Rolly. Like, he was always after Rolly, and then it was Izzy, and then he tries it with me, and then I said, like, you go fuck off, and ever since he's a bitter cunt. So I don't know what, like, it's continuous. It's like every time you say no to a man, they come back and then they trash talk you. Like, it's a cycle.
That's what I'm having a problem understanding in this other chat room that we're in. Just to let everybody know, we're in a chat room that nobody can snipe anybody else out of. It can never be tampered with. And that is the only chat room that I'm in and Sia's in with the retard crowd, with the circus clowns.
Yeah.
And every other chat room that we happen to go into where they're in, we get sniped out of. So they don't want to talk to us, which I'm fine with, not a problem. Then why is it that the only chat room that we don't get sniped out of, that we can actually hang out with other people, they are in there stalking Sia and trash talking Sia and stalking me, trash talking me, lying libelously and slanderously, both about Sia and me, as much as they can. Whenever we happen to be in the chat room, even if we're not in the chat room, I can go to sleep all night and wake up the next morning and see the thread still sort of moving up about the way they're trash talking and lying and patting each other on the back, and it's like there's a psychosis there. There's like a group mental illness.
Yeah, it really is. It's funny when they say, oh, she's not allowed in other hangouts. Well, duh. If you keep sniping me, I'm not allowed in those hangouts. Like every hangouts I go, they snipe me from, and then they say, oh, poor Sia, she's all alone in one hangout. It's like, duh, you keep sniping me from every other fucking chat. What do you expect? Like, that's what I say. These people are fucking stupid. These people are dumb. And if they say they have so much hangouts to choose from, why do they choose the one where I am in?
Exactly. Go away.
They're fucking dumb.
Go away. Go away. If you guys leave that one hangout where we are in, you can go and hang out in every other chat room in the history of hangouts, and we won't bother you, or you won't bother us. So why don't you go away?
Yeah, it's insane. You know what it is with them? It's like we are the reasons why they breathe now.
Yes,
they come on hangouts and that's what they do.
They're obsessed with us.
Yeah, it's so funny because they are in Goran's chat trash talking again. It's like never ending. Goran's like saying that you're a child predator. It's the beast. You said, yeah.
Oh. Hey,
it's the beast.
Tread wants to come in here. Should I? Do you know Tread?
Allow him in.
Okay, I'm going to try and.
Tread,
I'm going to try and find you and give you the link. Hold on a sec. But sorry, yeah, carry on.
We can listen to the other live stream.
Sure. You can play it. Well, I get.
Yeah, I'm playing it.
All right.
Hold up, I'm gonna take out my microphone.
All right. I'll go find it. Give me a moment.
Nobody's actually talking.
They're probably listening to us.
Makes no sense. The first one I would kick is this little child who is attacking everybody. What's his name? The edgy homie. Yeah, he would be the first one, but I'm not kicking him. Why should I?
Fred, send me a DM. I can't find you. Sorry, man. And I'll link you. They're not doing anything there, so we can still talk about them, and maybe they're listening to us.
Do you hear him? Do you hear?
I can hear, yeah, but they're probably listening to us on their live hangout.
Hold up. I don't see it live anymore.
No?
But,
let me go see.
Oh yeah, it's live. It's live.
Yeah, it's live. I got it.
Can I? How do I screen share?
Well, I've got it up.
Yeah, if
but
you go
want
to the
screen
YouTube.
share with the hangout, you can do that just by.
The call we're having now.
Well,
Screenshot.
I don't know if we want to actually broadcast them, their screen.
Well, I just want to see people to see the chat. Because the curse specific person is very interesting. Like the curse is unreal.
Oh, what I can do is I can put the live chat up there. Ooh,
yeah,
that's a good idea. That's what you're saying.
They're not talking.
No, but I can certainly stream the live chat on our stream. How about that?
Close the other one. They are not singing.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm gonna stream the live chat, I should say.
Yeah, but I just want to know, how do I screen share? If I want to do that, how do I do that?
Depends who you want to screen share with, I think.
I just want to screen share. Oh, that's. Oh, I already have it. I already know how. Let me try. Say, oh yeah, there it is.
There we go. What the hell am I looking for? Oh, the Donnie thing. Right.
The Downey thing?
Donnie.
Oh.
Donnie.
I don't know if you could read it though.
Well, let me just get it up there first before I do anything. There we go. I'm looking for Mink. I'm looking for Mink. There it is. Okay.
It's cool to actually screen share.
Oh, you figured
But
it
I
out?
don't.
Good. Screen. All right. So
You
this
don't
is the
have my dinner, so.
this is the chat.
Oh. Where is the chat? I don't see it.
It is because
Maybe I should sing and to have like more viewers.
well, I can just give you the link to the chat if I can find you. Sorry, but I don't have enough monitors to. I'll just send you the link here and see if that works.
Yeah.
Okay,
What's
now that's the chat that they're in with on Goran's. So let me go to the top here, and let's start. This is where their the toxicity of their group reveals itself. Oh, he's got a link for anybody who wants to go in there. But I want to see if they say anything about. I want to see if they say anything nice about us, because we only deserve to be spoken nice about. Oh, there we go. There we go. This is what they call me. Sort of. Ah, there we go. Yesenia, the stupid cunt. Under a different account. This Yesenia is like, I actually feel sorry for her. She's so stupid.
Yeah.
I think she's got some genetic defect somewhere. Oh, you see, she calls me a pedo. A pedo wizard, and then somebody says who, and she says me.
Oh yeah, she's a fucking dumb bitch.
And then he says he fell in love with a 15-year-old on Hangouts. And then she says Amy Farmer was her name, I believe.
Persian was the one who spread those lies about you.
Oh, was it? Yeah, this is the thing. Where does he get this nonsense from? And you know, it comes when he's got absolutely nothing left in his basket of contracts. Nothing. He goes and he pulls out something that is absolutely obviously so false, because you know if it was so true, why would he be friends with me if it was true? Why would I be part of his family if it was true? Then this is the kind of the kind of fakery that he exhibits.
It really is. It's fucked up.
Yeah, and somebody says I'm a devil worshipper.
Oh yes, devil worshiper and a Muslim on one panel.
And listen to this.
And we're cursing Yesenia till.
Oh, that was funny. Yeah, look.
Eternity.
Yeah, he sucks as a YouTube wizard. He said he cursed me. That shit didn't work.
I call her crocodile tranny because she has the face of a crocodile and a tranny, like a mixture. Crocodile tranny.
Oh,
she's gonna love that name for herself.
You know what? If you're gonna call her a tranny, I'm gonna stand up in the defense of trannies. How dare you insult trannies?
Oh, really?
Yeah. If you're gonna, I mean, don't you think that comparing Yesenia to a tranny is an insult to trannies?
Well, I'm just saying what she is. I mean, come on.
I know, but it's not
between her legs.
I don't think being a tranny necessarily is something that is to be judged.
Well, we all are judging. when somebody's fat, when somebody has welfare, when somebody's Muslim.
Yeah,
We are judging, so who the fuck cares?
yeah, good point.
So are we going to wrap this up? Because
We can wrap up this as a segment, absolutely, because I still haven't gotten Goran in here. I mean, sorry, Goran. Sorry, Tread. But we can always start. We can start another one up with a different discussion. Yes, I think we should wrap this one up. For one,
Is Tread actually friends still with Goran?
No. He said in the he's done with Goran.
Ooh, the juicy news. I want to know about that.
That's why I need to Trade. I see nothing in Gmail yet, but
okay, can you guys do that tomorrow? Like, have Tread come here and say his piece,
maybe,
or do you guys want to do it tonight?
We can do it tonight. Well, with here it's just lunchtime.
Oh yeah,
and
to me, it's
Tread,
like
I believe, is lives in my time zone.
Yeah, he's from Canada.
Yeah.
Or that's not how you guys talk. That was a little bit of racism of me, wasn't it?
I don't know. We're not nationalists in that way, in that we care.
So you guys like to have refugees in your countries, Canada?
We don't mind, because the refugees that come here are selected on the basis of their ability to integrate into Canadian society. And
okay, so what would I'm gonna answer last question. So what would you guys think if a Muslim woman like me would be in Canada, and let's say I'm getting benefits or disability or welfare? Is it the same how the Americans react to it?
No, nobody would care. Nobody. No, we don't have. With us, it's not a matter of whether whether you're welfare. Oh, there it is. I see it. It doesn't matter whether you're on welfare. Sorry, it doesn't matter whether you're Muslim or white or Indian or whatever. If you're on welfare, you're all in the same class, according in the society here. You're all either people support you or people think that you're just scum. But it's got nothing to do with your. It's the fact that you're on welfare. It doesn't matter who you are.
Right. So, what I want to ask also is, when somebody has welfare and somebody is suffering from a condition or whatever kind of reasons they get assistance from the government, those people are already frowned upon. Okay, they're already considered losers in society's eyes. That's what I have come to see.
Yeah.
But when you add up being a Muslim or coming from a different nationality, it's gonna be more than it's like you're a fucking moocher.
Not here.
And a loser. So, like, what No Brains is actually saying, and it really disgusts me that anybody like he's such a total opposite of his brother Hank, and I always thought that Hank was a better half of them. But to make my point short is that what he basically is saying is, when you're white, you are allowed to do anything. Like, you're allowed to do anything. You can have welfare, you can have benefits. Even if you rape a person, because you're white, it isn't as much of a big deal than when a refugee does it or when a different person from a different religion does it.
Happy New Year's!
Hey, Trade,
oh, lordy lord, there's the Treddy boy.
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
Oh, yeah. Hey, good, Sydney. Sydney, I always considered you a good friend. Grant pulled me away from you, and
did he?
Oh yeah, I want to know about that.
I kind of forgot about Graham.
No, Grant.
Goran.
Yeah, well,
Goran. Goran. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Well, he would pop in hangouts and tell me to ban people that I didn't agree with banning. He would tell me to ban the Google Plus. He would demand private HO conversations. He made me ban CA like 3-4 times when I really didn't want to.
Yeah.
And then, you know, like I kind of always had to go along with his, you know, hatred type mode. And, you know, basically he tried to make me his bitch. And, you know, I had one night where I just freaking told him, you know, Gran, this is it. You know, if you don't clean up your freaking act, I'm gone. And that was 5 months ago. Right. So I banned him easily 50 times. I mean, he's all over, you know, 9 different accounts on YouTube and my Flickr pages, my blogs, and like he's just everywhere, freaking. I mean, he's totally infatuated with Tread, and I basically, you know, he's a cyber stalker at this point. So I've never responded to Grant. All I've done is just block him on all the streams that I'm on. You know, he pops in under all his different accounts, and I just ban him.
He actually disgusts me. That's why I stay away from him. Because...
Yeah. Oh, see, it has a double up. Oh, I see. Yeah. So yeah, I've been watching your videos, and you know, I'm atheist. You know, Sydney and I are basically, you know, we're on the same page. I mean, you know, we only differ a little bit when it comes to, you know, like the ultra Zionist agenda, perhaps. But other than that, yeah, I tried to make good with Sia.
Well, this is the thing. You and Sia agree on the, you know, on the Zionist or the anti-Zionist side of it. You know, we're pretty much polar opposites in that, on that particular discussion. But the claim by the posse, by the retard group, is that C and I don't have a solid relationship because of several things. One of them being that we disagree on the Palestinian-Israeli issue. And that's gonna fracture or destroy the relationship, which is not true, because
we actually went head to head on that issue. We actually made each other very triggered at some point. And we were like, oh, you're fucking this and fuck, and then a few days later, oh, hi, Sydney. Exactly. Oh, you're my friend, or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I've watched, you know, I've watched about 5 streams where you guys are, you know, are conversing. So I'm right up to date. And, you know, I know, you know, Sia's point of view and Sydney's point of view. And, you know, of course, I mean, not at 100% level, but, yeah, I have a pretty darn good idea. But, yeah, Sydney, Sia, this may come of interest to you. Last October Halloween night in United Kingdom, 4,000 plus high order Freemasons met in UK for the 300th anniversary of Freemasons. Now, what's shocking is it's 20 times bigger than the Golden Globes Award. 20 times bigger, 4,000 plus Freemasons. And the whole show was just a satanic, you know, from beginning to end. And not one media covered it. But all you have to do is Google Freemason 300th anniversary UK and click images, and you won't even believe it. You know, the head guy is wearing like a gray gown, and he's holding up a scepter, and there were songs sang through the night, and they were all like, you know, like really twisted.
Let me tell you something. Every Sunday morning when I walk by, not every Sunday morning, but those Sunday mornings when I happen to walk by the Catholic Church, when they're having a mass, and I look through the glass doors, I see exactly the same thing, what you're talking about. So it means nothing.
Well, yeah. And yeah, I'm not trying to stomp on Sia's parade at all, but you know, I'm totally not religious. I'm just 100% not religious. But having said that, I don't have a problem with people, you know, having their own religious. You know, it's just a matter of trying to convert people online. It's really not really going to work. I mean, how many times have we seen an atheist be converted to, you know, Islam or Christianity, or vice versa, a Christian being converted to atheism? So, you know, I have an older sister and a younger brother who are totally Christian and Catholic, and I've dealt with them 20 plus years, and there's just no getting around it. I go visit them and sit at the table, and they start praying, and I just get up and go in the other room until they're done. And then I'll come back to the table and sit down. Right. So it's really, really tough to convert people. It's just a matter of, you know, let them, you know, Of course, your stream is about atheism, so of course.
Well, I'm not about converting. I'm not about converting.
Oh yeah. Oh no. You have the tribal light. You know, I watch your tribal lights. Like I said, Sydney, I've been on top of your content. It's just that for 5 months I've been staying out of streams because Grant's been cyber stalking me. You know, he's in love with me and he wants my body. And
what? I mean, with this fucking Goran, he's a creepo. Tell me what's going on.
Well, I told him I'm freaking.
Oh my God.
I told him I'm freaking married, and he's like, "Oh, Trev, I wanna pound you in the ass," and you know, and my wife's sitting right behind me, you know, and I'm like,
sorry, I don't want to laugh. It's serious, but
yeah, and I'm like,
it's hilarious.
I'm like, Grant, if you don't clean your freaking crap up, freaking, I'm gone. Yeah. And then he's like, "I want your entire hangouts conversation with so and so," and I said, "Well, you're not gonna get it. No, I want it right now, or we're gonna have a problem." I said, "Grant, if you ask me for that, I'm gone." "Well, I want it. I want it." I said, "You have no right to my personal HO conversations. Goodbye." Jeez. And I left. Right. And he's been going full freaking retard. I mean, really, the worst cyber stalking I've ever seen on the internet.
Wow.
And I will never converse with him again. I mean, because Trent, I mean, the way I am is I'm not like give someone 3 strikes. I'm a kind of like fool me once, fool me twice kind of guy. Yeah, so he's fooled me twice and that's it. So he's dead meat. You know, I tried to make good with Sia and apologize for kind of going along with the herd when she was getting trolled, and you know, I made a, you know, I didn't have a choice because I was on the grand freaking hate monger crew.
There was a train.
Thank you. It's very brave of you to actually acknowledge that and to
I know.
say sorry.
And Sia, so I came in and I apologized and I said, you know, I actually find you're, you know, a very beautiful woman and very intelligent. And Gran went full frickin' retard. He pops up in Hangouts right after that, Sia. Tread, ban Sia at once. Go to Google Plus and ban her at once.
Wow.
You know, and I'm like, Gran, I mean, frickin', I'm not your bitch, man. He's like, you're my bitch. I frickin' own you. I know where you work. You know, I have your, oh, jeez, I got so sick of him. And so, like, yeah, just yesterday even, I opened my Gmail. I've got 6 Gmails, you know, and he knows them all. I mean, I can open them up daily, and there's invites. And he's even cloned other people. I won't say who, you know, trying to get me to join a Hangout. So I'll go in there, and there's a familiar face, a friend of mine, inviting me to a Hangout. But I know that they don't do that. You know, they don't invite people. So I just, you know, ex-nay it, and then I found out it was Gran, and so I just want to make a long story short. I mean, you know, he's just freaking dead in the water, and that's history. You know, I'll talk to Gran next lifetime if there's such a thing. And I probably won't even talk on him. I'll just pull my helicopter out and urinate on his face.
Yeah, that's always the best thing.
Yeah, I mean, he caused me so much freaking anguish, and he's such a control freak, and you know, manipulative too.
Yeah, I can never understand why people stuck with him. And when I was in the beginning, when I first sort of started hanging out with you guys.
Well, no, yeah, when I first came, you know, onto his stream, he was essentially getting trolled by all the people that see and know well, like Chroma and Bear and Waffle. You know, I saw him getting all bashed around. And I just popped in and said, you know, hey, I'm on 10, 11 different chats on YouTube. You know, you need a house cleaning here. So he rinsed me up. And, you know, so I banned, you know, the idiot sticks, and then he would unban them. I'd say, you know, Gran, you don't unban a mods ban, even though you're the streamer and it's your show. I mean, you know, you have to back your mods. You know, if someone's attacking the streamer or attacking the mods, or, you know, becoming racist against one of your users, like how Sia used to always get bashed, you know, I would ban this person.
The thing about bashing Sia was that it was a train. It was like it was a bashing Sia train, and everybody just got on. Not quite sure why, but hey, this is seems to be the train to get on. That's kind of seems to be the way it was approached. Horrible.
Yeah, because this is the childish of, you know, Hangouts. You know, when you have the wrong crew in there.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, you know, you get people that just like to, you know, tear down other people to make themselves elevated. You know, without, you know, trying to just elevate each other. So, I mean, I'm here, and you know, I'm a friend of Sydney that always have been when he first met 32 or Tread. But like I said, it was Grand's nonsense that came in between us. And it was the same as Sia when I first met her. You know, I thought she was a lovely girl, highly intelligent. Okay, she was Muslim, fine, you know, never had a problem, you know, until all this manipulation.
I have more problem with somebody who's a Christian than I have with somebody who's a Muslim.
Oh yeah, you know, of course. I mean, but yeah, I think I was, you know, I was basically a believer till I was 13 or 14, and then Dad would come home from his, you know, his Masonic meetings, and he'd be drunk, and he'd kind of update me, kind of thing. And then in the military, it really kind of changed me, and it just became more simplistic, you know, like animal, plant, mineral. I mean, how easily we all forget that.
You're saying that your dad would the Masonic meetings was like a drinking party?
Oh yeah, drinking, and
I didn't know that.
oh man, well yeah, he would like roll the car in neutral in the driveway, and Mom would, you know, ask me to go carry Dad in the house. You know, wow. He'd be so hammered. Then I'd set him down the stairs, and then he'd start crying. We kill people, and you know, I would start asking him questions, and well, he spoke the truth. So he shocked my pants off when I was about 14. You know, he always would get drunk, join the African Army, because I was adopted, and he knew my father was Irish military. Mm-hmm. And when he'd get drunk, he goes, "Oh, you come from a long line of Irish bastards. That's all your father ever wrote on paper about you. You come from a long line of highly diplomatic military Irish bastards." And I used to look at him like, well, you know, can you update me on anything else? But and I really laugh about it today because my daughter is now 33, a sergeant with the police force. Mm-hmm. You know that, Sydney, I told you. Yep. Yeah, we laugh about it today because I never married her mother. And so when she comes to visit me in Van, or I go visit her, we always kick back a beer and then we go, "Hey, to Irish bastards." And we just have our laugh about it.
Nice.
Yeah. So it gave me strength and to carry on. And I've been on my own since 18. And my family's all back in Ontario. When I came out west, I just turned over a new leaf and, you know, a new way of thinking. And I worked my ass off, you know, to get in the position I am now. And I'm actually within 1 year or a year and a half away from retiring, Sydney, early.
Very nice. So
I'm 56. Yeah, I'm 56, and the wife's already, you know, saying, "Well, let's get a passport. You know, we're going to retire soon." Yeah. So Gran, you know, the last straw was when he wanted like Sia, you know, Sia's. I mean, like he would always put these links and want me in there to copy and paste stuff and send it to him because he got, you know, he just turned me into like, you know, someone I didn't like, you know, like a spy, a troll.
So is he kind of a groomer, manipulator type of person?
Well, yeah, because he would always say, "Well, you know, you're going to lose your ranch. You're going to lose your ranch." And it came to the point, okay, take it, you know, goodbye. And, you know, he cut his own throat when he, you know, demanded that I copy and paste my personal hangouts between me and, you know, one girl. Just out of pure jealousy, because he's got this fantasy that I'm his bitch, and you know he loves me, and you know I even had users contacting me and saying, you know, Gran wants to rape you in the butthole. I'm like, you're kidding me. But when my wife would be sitting behind me on the couch and listening to some of the stuff Gran would say to me, you know, my wife even said one day, "Man, you got to get rid of this freaking nutcase." And yeah, so the last straw, that was 5 months ago, and I'll never talk to him again. And I've banned him 50 times.
Well, the thing is, he's at such a low point that he can't keep a hangout going. He can't keep a hangout going. Number one, and when he does get a hangout going, like he did today, like he did yesterday, he gets the absolute dregs and scum of society.
Scum of the earth. Scum of the earth, man. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Bear, Wolfman, Chroma. I mean, Chroma for one. I already have it on record. You know, I mean, this guy would send you know, pictures to girls, you know, of his 2-inch little willy. You know. And I'd have users emailing me, "Hey, Chroma sent me these pictures and these pictures," and I mean, some of the shit I was looking at, and I mean, I'll never forget one guy who used to work for Google. He joined in. He's on disability now. He came along, and I knew him prior to Gran, and he pops into Gran's, and he made about 2-3 comments, and then Gran just posted, "Hey, so and so, I want to bang in your hairy ass," and like the guy just was gone. And just the sick and twisted shit that he would put out. Anyways, yeah, like once I have my say, I'm really not going to bring it up again. But that's it. Just had my freaking fill. Now I still do talk to my search, but it's been some time. It's been some time.
Yeah, no, it's good to have you back, because now I can start having more.
Actually, yesterday I was. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna
go ahead, sir.
I was just going to say, sorry, I was just going to say we can have more sort of frequent, more regular hangouts now.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I love you. I'm not on any other stream. I mean, I still mod maybe 8, 9, different. But I'm, this is the only live stream that I've been in for the last 5 months.
Right.
Yeah, I basically want to get on board, Sydney. If you follow my drift, you know what I mean?
Well, I hope you weren't too severely traumatized by Goran.
Yeah, I asked him yesterday, like, where is Thread and Serge? And he said to me that you were on some kind of other project with or whatever. Mm-hmm. That's the reason what he gave on his live stream.
No, he's. I put it out there to over 12,000 people in different YouTube chats. This guy's a freaking stalker. He just pops up in this news chat where I am in Planet 1, Planet 2, Planet 3, up to Planet 6, and then he has another one called Maryland, and then he has 2 or 3 other ones. He kept popping in. Tread, talk to me. Ban. Planet, you're a cyber stalker. And then he pops up in another stream. No, Tread, you're just a coward. You won't talk.
You
Ban.
mean Al Jazeera chat?
No, anything else but like Fox News chats, CNN chats, music chats. I mean, he goes all over the place trying to find Tread and hump my leg, And I'm like, come on, man. And I banned him easily 50 times. I have record of it all. You know what I mean? Yeah. So he's cyber stalking, going full freaking retard.
Is that considered like sexual harassment? What he's doing?
Well, I don't blame anyone for wanting to hump my leg, but the thing is, I'm married and I'm loyal to my wife. So, no leg humping, please. I'm not coming home with freaking, stained pants and, hey, honey, I met some gay guy online today and fell in love. I mean, that's bullshit.
Right.
And, like I said, I always found Sia highly intelligent. She's stand-up. She's, one of the guys. She's probably stronger mentally than, a lot of the trolls. And, and I felt bad when I, basically had to take Grant's side and of hatred and demise. And, I popped in about 5 months ago and said to Sia, I sincerely apologize for, things that I said. And Grant went full freaking retard. You banned her right away. You don't never talk to her again, Trent. And I'm just like, and that was the beginning of the end.
He's a very strict husband, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But he has issues. He's on meds and he's bipolar and has anxiety disorders and it doesn't help that he smokes weed from the time he wakes up to go to bed. And I mean, weed is, weed, it's cool. I mean, okay. I mean, I smoked it for 30 maybe years, you know what I mean? But then, it's really strong stuff nowadays. I mean, there's statistics out there, that if you just cold turkey quit it, I mean, the chances of hitting some type of a depression or, you know, anxiety is just incredible. I mean, I have a lot of friends here that have quit it. After 3-4 months, they, you know, go to a party, take a couple puffs, and then all of a sudden their hearts just jumping out of the guts. I've gone into depression. You know, after 2 months, 3 months of quit smoking it, they're like, you know, getting emotional at work, or, you know, they start crying. It's like, what's the problem?
I quit opioids and went back to weed. I dumped fentanyl, which was my drug of choice all my life, and I've built up such an immunity that I cannot overdose on fentanyl. Can you believe it? I must be the only person on the planet. And if you believe that,
well,
I'm just kidding.
No, I believe that, but never say never.
Impossible.
I mean, you know,
it's impossible.
Yeah, but we're going uphill, Sydney. You know what I mean? We're not like spring chickens anymore, right?
Yes, we are. What are you talking about?
Well, yeah, that's right. I mean,
what are you talking
yeah,
about?
mentally, I might still, yeah, mentally, I'm still a 22, 23-year-old stud, but, you know, I'm 56, and, you know, my knees and back don't, you know, catch up.
Yeah, I was told that I was 76 by a guy who never lies. His name is Sasha.
No?
His name is Sasha. He never lies. And he told me I was 76. Or maybe I was 75. One of the two. I can't remember.
Lies, isn't that special?
Yeah, the guy who prides himself on never lying and goes around and all he does is lie. He lies about people. He lies about situations. And then he professes to not lie. And you know what? A lot of people actually believe him. You know, somebody says, I don't lie. I don't lie. Even though they're like Joseph Smith from the Mormons, you know. I don't lie. And then proceeds to lie, and everybody says, yeah, you don't lie.
Well,
so he's like that. He's like a con man.
Yeah, well, we know human nature's a lot different. You know, I mean, we all have the capacity of, I mean, nobody's infallible. Nobody on the planet that can't be gotten to.
What do you mean by infallible? What does infallible really actually mean?
Well, it means that, like, no one's perfect. I mean, you know, like, I knew a manager one time. You know, he was like the general manager of probably 300 plus employees, and he was having a briefing one night and got angry and threw a Coke at, you know, some girl. And, you know, like, that's an example. So, you know, here you have a superstar manager. He's got all his crap together. He does all the opening and closing and all the paperwork and all the retail, you know, spreadsheets. But, you know, meltdown and, you know, throws a can of pop at a woman, right?
Whoa.
So what I mean is by no one is infallible, meaning, you know, sometime in your life, you're going to cross the road when it's saying, you know, don't cross, or you're going to jaywalk, or you're going to,
you're gonna lose it.
yeah, you're going to bolster something that you may think you know everything about, whereas, you know, there's a lot of holes in it that we don't know. Because basically, no one man knows everything. That's one thing everyone on the world can agree. No one man knows everything. So we all derive our decisions based on basically what we know. Now, if no man knows everything, then mathematically he has to be incorrect, because of lacking knowledge on all things.
But there's got to be somebody on this planet. There's got to be two people on this planet. One that knows more than anybody else, and one that knows less than anybody else.
Yeah, but the reality, yeah, okay, that's a great point. So out of 7 billion people, let's say, you know, one is the, you know, most smartest. Oh, wow. I can guarantee you he probably blew his brains out, because you can only really learn so much. And then, you know, I mean, you hit a stage of depression. I mean, no, well, I mean it, because when you know, basically learn too much, you're just looking at the freaking world and you realize how sick and twisted it is, and, you know, all the countries that no one cares about. And then you realize the globalist game, and you realize how we're all pitted against each other. And you know, there's just such a thing as knowing too much. And even the smartest man in the world, I mean, he's going to wake up with the flu and his brain's not working that well that day. And he goes from the smartest man out of 7 billion down to like the smartest man out of 2 billion. So even the smartest man is not going to be consistent on a daily basis. You know, my father used to say that, you know, a perfect example is, you know, the man who invented the ashtray. It's called the ashtray. So he holds it up to the world. Here's an ashtray. The very next day, you got the Germans calling it an Aschenbacher. You got the Japanese giving it another name. And 7 days later, there's 300 names for the one invention, which the man invented, who called it an ashtray. And you have 300 variations of what people call an ashtray, and they go to war over it. And so my father used to always point out that when the whole world is at peace, you know, that's when you know the next day is World War.
You know, that's such a good point. You know, I remember that. I remember that sort of idyllic period in 2001. I specifically remember August of 2001 because it was summer. I had a friend come up. I had my daughter go on a long trip, driving trip, you know, from Canada to the States, and you know the border was fairly porous at the time. Between if you want to go to the States, you just drive to the border, show them your driver's license, off you go. Just like just driving down this coast kind of thing. And life was good, you know. There was no, the future looked, you know, looked good. There was no, you know, everything was fine. And one September morning, while I was driving to work on the 11th of September, everything just fucking changed and went topsy-turvy. Totally topsy-turvy. The whole of life, everything just in an instant changed.
Yeah, tits up.
I'm still angry. I am still angry for two things. Number one, I'm angry at the actual, the audacity of how dare they fucking, you know, attack the towers and kill people. That's the first thing I'm angry with. But the second thing that I'm possibly even more angry with is the failure of the United States Defense Forces in stopping this attack. The United States, with nuclear missiles, with defense shields and airfields and planes and fucking fighters and radar and this and that and the other, they were totally humiliated that day. Humiliated that day by the enemy. And I don't think anyone really, everybody goes, oh, America's so great and so strong. But you know what? They got absolutely embarrassed and humiliated. And nobody seems to acknowledge that.
Yeah, I found a video on YouTube. I'm going to go to bookmarks, and I'm going to put it in our new Hangouts. And yeah, Sydney, you got to watch it from beginning to end. It was taken down twice already. It's highly enlightening, and it really spells the whole game out. I mean, it's only 12 minutes. Oh, all right. But from beginning to end, it puts everything in one basket.
Yeah, I still remember that day, the picture of the plane that kind of supposed to have crashed in the field. And I remember seeing a picture of, I guess, a hole with a bit of smoke coming out of it. And some people standing around. But that to me was not a plane crash.
Yeah.
So I still have that doubt in my mind that day. What the fuck was that? And I also have a kind of a doubt in my mind regarding the Pentagon. I mean, you know, the guy doesn't know how to take off and land a plane, but he's a precision flyer when it comes to, you know, flying 5 feet off the ground for any length of distance. I don't know. There's some there's some stuff that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Well, there's a really old book, but I'm not saying to read it because it's not, you know, it's not totally correct, but it's something like the Spectacle of Illusion. But anyways, okay, so I'm going into our new Hangouts now, which I intend to keep.
Right.
And I have very few, so I'm not here. And, like I said, I'm totally disconnected. This is a new beginning.
Excellent.
It's a new year, and I'm open for market. So
well, let me.
But Sydney, okay.
Before you carry on, let me update you on, or let me correct the misunderstanding or some misinformation. Thank you. Out there. I mean, I heard that by the retards and by the group of jealous cunts out there, that as a result of me being friendly with Sia, I have lost all my online friends. Nobody comes to my hangouts anymore and all this kind of crap. Well, I would like to set the record straight. I was fucking sick and tired of having expectations of me by people who come into my hangouts. For example, and I've mentioned this before, Sasha, who'd come in, and no matter what was going on, he was the center of attraction. He'd come in and take right over, right? No matter if we were in the middle of a discussion about something, it doesn't matter. He'd come in, you know, video and audio blazing, and then take over, and whatever we were talking about was shit, and we had to stop. There was a lot of that.
Wow.
That's not a friend. So losing that is not losing a friend. Apparently I lost Down Corner as a friend. Well, I didn't lose Down Corner as a friend. I actually blocked Down Corner because Down Corner would come in and attack. He's got this thing against females. I don't know, but he will attack a female, any female that's in my hangout. And anytime Sia was in the hangout, he would just go ahead and attack her right away. No, hello, how you doing? Goodbye. Just attack.
Yeah.
So,
I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it everywhere. Yeah, but I always, you know, like I said, you know, that's why I left, you know, grants. So everything was politically incorrect, and everything was, yeah.
What I'm trying to say is that I kind of voluntarily stopped the hangout, the 24/7. I didn't lose anybody. You know, I've still got Sia, still my friend. You know, we're not attached at the hip, and sometimes we don't hang out every day or every week. But when we do, she's still my friend.
Well, this is kind of presumptuous to say, but you know, I'm your friend too. I have been since I met you.
Yeah, we've never. I can't remember if we did have an argument. I can't remember what it was about. And
no,
if you were
no,
weird.
No, we never did. Your last comment about me that I ever read was, yeah, Trent and I agree on a lot of things. We kind of differ on, you know, the Freemasonry aspect that Trent talks about. But no, we're Canadians and Vancouverites.
Exactly.
And, yeah, everything was cool. So my main problem was when somebody blanket statements an entire race or an entire religion. So, you know, when someone says, you know, oh, it's all the Jews. Well, you know, they're totally incorrect. My father who adopted me was Jewish. He was the greatest man I ever knew. So when they blanket statement the Jews, they're incorrect. When they blanket make a statement about all Muslims, well, they're incorrect. I work with, you know, a dozen Muslims. Most of them are girls. You know, they do, you know, a great job. They don't push their religion, and they're no indifferent. They're, you know, they're Canadians. You wouldn't even know they're Muslims unless they said they were Muslims.
Right.
And yeah, so when you have people like Don Corner or Killer B or Benny the Gangster and Chroma and Bear and Waffle and Sasha and all these freaking sick, twisted, you know, guys with no open minds, you know, blanketing, you know, hatred for females or hatred for one culture or hatred for one country. Right. Absolutely wrong.
Oh, man, that group you mentioned, that's rife.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah. So, yeah, the video I sent you, you know, I'm not saying it's 100% perfect, but I am saying that YouTube took it down twice, so you know, there must be something in it, right?
All right.
And yeah, you'll get a real kick out of it, and there's a few surprises in it. And like I said, from beginning to end, you know, I don't say it's 100% accurate, but it's probably the best video that kind of nest eggs, you know, the global situation.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and I know you'll get a kick out of it. Yeah. So I just want to tell you, I'm totally independent. This is the only chat I intend to come on. You know, I modded for you at the beginning, and Graham screwed all that up. So, you know, I would feel a lot better, you know, getting back on your board of directors. But well, that's up to you. That's
welcome
up to
back.
you.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
I actually checked.
But I just want you to know.
I
Yeah, I just want you to know that this is my only freaking live chat that I'll be going on.
Okay, I did check with Sia before I invited you, and she gave me the nod. So we're all good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Well, because yeah, because if you know, like I say, I'm a mod in a lot of places, but if I'm a mod on your chat, then you know that's going to bring in a lot of people, and I can you know, I can post links on you know, other chats, and I mean, you know, I can see it growing essentially any moment you want to. The problem I had with Garan is I never ever shared out his links to all my other chats because there was so many trolls in there. You know, so many brain dead freaking people that blanketed everything.
Yeah, well, that's the whole idea about keeping the chat rooms to a minimum, because I don't want trolls in there, and
oh no,
and I don't mind. I'd rather not have a chat room than have a chat room full of trolls.
And creating some of the sexual deviancy and the blanket, you know, the continuance of the old troll. Dog corner was he passed out one night and the dog jumped up in his head.
Yeah, well, your audio is not really good.
Oh, that's it.
Catching much. So I'm just going to end this portion of the live stream because we've been going for
yeah,
a couple of hours.
Well, is Sia still on? I just
she might have gone to sleep.
No, I'm still on.
Oh, whoa, dude.
no.
I'm just gonna, what I'm gonna do is end this portion of the live stream, and if we want to pick it up again, we can just do that, or just
Yeah.
hang out.
Oh yeah. Oh.